Happy Easter, y'all. I just wanted to do a quick bench update, fill you in on what I've been working on so far, kind of tell you what's coming next. So I'm slightly out of breath. I just ran up the stairs from doing my laundry, but what we got, so basically I actually finished these last week and I didn't get a chance to do any painting this week, just to extreme busyness. But I did want to show you what I've been working on. So these are, everything I'm going to show you is Aventine miniatures. They're not varnished or based yet. I'm a little hesitant to base and varnish them. Well, not hesitant to base them, but hesitant to varnish them, since my last video was a great varnishing disaster. So these are Aventine miniatures, early Byzantine artillery dudes. I think they came out really well. The Aventine miniatures Byzantine range, I think, is some of the nicest miniatures I have ever painted personally. I just think they're perfection in terms of the sculpting. I would consider myself a, oh, what am I even doing here? Sorry. I would consider myself an average painter. But when you have like these nice models, and struggling to focus a little bit, sorry. When you have these nice models, they just kind of tend to paint themselves. So even just with a base layer or a wash and then a highlight or two, they came out, I think, looking really nice. And I'm not trying to make myself sound like I'm all that. I just think the sculpts are so nice. They just paint up wonderfully once they kind of have a wash and a highlight on them. So we got the artillery pieces. My only slight complaint with these is I wish they had a couple more. Oh no. So yeah, the crew are separate from the artillery, and that guy is supposed to, he shifted, I guess, when I was gluing him. I have to re-glue him, but he's supposed to actually be attached to the artillery there. But speaking of which, basically, you know, my only complaint with this set is I wish they had some more different crew options, because I really love this artillery piece. I love the figures as well. I think there's one of the few, I think the only other late Roman artillery options are Gripping Beast and Wargames Foundry. The Gripping Beast ones, to me, to my eye at least, look a little dated, a little static for my taste. You know, I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy them, but for me, I didn't love them. I mean, I might end up buying some anyways. And then the Foundry stuff is Perry's, the old Perry sculpts. I think, again, I mean, I think they're really nice sculpts. The Foundry sculpts are nice, but they're a little small. These Aventine ones fit in really well with the Victrix stuff. But unfortunately, they only do have the crew with different heads, but the only crew options are them kind of like turning the ballista. Be nice to have a few different crew options. I added some different like officers on there to try and kind of like spice it up a little bit. Although that being said, Victrix did announce on Facebook pretty subtly that they've got some Roman artillery in the works, and whether those will be late Roman artillery or Imperial or a mix, I mean, either way I will probably end up purchasing them, but that is actually kind of exciting. So that is one thing I got painted, which I'm really happy with. All right, and then we've got a unit of horse archers. So, you know, again, Aventine, really nice. They're kind of wearing these, most of them are wearing these kind of peculiar jackets. I actually had to, like, look on the website, look on Facebook, look at other examples people had painted for me to quite understand how the coat worked. It's kind of like a coat with, like, detachable sleeves. I guess some kind of Eastern fashion. So I'm going to be using these, you know, I mean, they're pretty interested in the campaigns of Belisarius, which these are perfect for, but they'll also serve as late Roman horse archers as well. And I think that that's reasonable, at least to me. I think they look fine as late Romans, not just Byzantines. And then we'll go to the final unit that I did. Late Roman light cavalry. So these are, I'm gonna actually turn them so you can actually kind of see the figures, so they're hidden by the shields. These are kind of like, what did they call them? They are from the Balkan region. I'm just blanking on the particular name. Oh, Dalmatians. Dalmatian light cavalry, I think is what they were. So those were, I don't know, some kind of famous light cavalry unit from the Balkan region. So again, Aventine, beautiful sculpts. I do really like how they have the, so the late Roman tunics were kind of known for these like designs on them. The Aventine figures have those kind of like molded on, which I think saves a lot of time painting and it just makes it really pop. Those shirt details pop, which I think is really what you want. The Victrix late Roman stuff, and War Games Atlantic did it too. They decided not to model those on the tunics, so they would be more interchangeable as like barbarians. But you know, it kind of makes it more annoying to actually paint them on. So I do wish Victrix had done it. I do understand why they didn't do it. I think people would complain about it either way. So that is what I've got done. What is next is we got some barbarian hordes to do. I do want to get a pretty solid warband unit done. And then I want to get my 40K stuff done this spring as well. So I've been making up some orcs. I got like 50 and more Space Marines to paint. And then I got a whole horde of orcs to do as well. So I will update you on that when it when it gets done. But I think I do want to kind of clear off some space, get another big horde of barbarian Germanics done, and then yeah, get the sci-fi stuff out of the way too, and then it'll probably be back to more Romans as well. I've also been kind of, you know, I'll stop my rambling soon, but I've been thinking about my 100 Years War collection that I've kind of started actually about a year ago almost now. I painted most of it up over Christmas time a year ago and then didn't really touch it after that. And then I kind of came back to it over the summer and added some more things. I would like to finish that kind of collection off and kind of find, come up with an end goal, because I'm kind of not sure where I want to go with it. But I'll stop rambling. And yeah, that's what we got to do next. Get the barbarians painted, which they paint up pretty fast. You know, I feel like you can almost get a warband done in a week if you paint like 8 guys a day. And I think with the barbarians, they actually paint up quite fast, quite easy, just with base coats, washes, and then some very selective highlighting. So I'll leave you with that, and yeah, see you in the next one.